I'm with the People's Party of Canada leader, Maxime Bernier. We're here in London, Ontario. A lot of candidates to be announced. And Ms. Bernier, I think the first question, there was a lot of, media blackout in terms of where this event was taking place. You have been, and the party has been targeted by Antifa. There's been successful attempts in shutting down other press releases. I'm just wondering, Ms. Bernier, Antifa around the world seems to be growing in terms of their thuggery. It's been outright violence on individuals, complete disregard for the law. I think what's happened to you in this party in terms of these bullies shutting you down and inferring that you are Nazis. They had leaflets with the swastika on it, calling your supporters goons. I want to get your response to Antifa, and would you like to see this organization declared a terrorist group?
First of all, I think you're right. It's too sad that we had to change the location for our events, but at least we'll have our event. It will be here in London today and also tonight. But what I'm there to debate ideas, and if you have good ideas, come with us and we will debate. But no, they are fighting us, and they want to use violence to do that. It's not Canadians doing that. I'm there. I'm a politician. I'm fighting for Canadian values, for respect, for freedom, and that organization. It is not an organization that is welcome in this country. Communism and fascism and radical Islam. They don't share our values here as Canadians. So we will fight for what we believe in. We will fight for free speech, for freedom in this country, for free enterprise, for people that believe in our Canadian values. And I think the most important for us is to be concentrated and focus on our platform. The more we speak about our platform, the better it is for us. Canadians are ready to have a real change in this country.
Yeah, and Mr. Bernier, you allude to a very important point here. Antifa, of course, is a contraction of anti-fascist, but by their behavior, they are complete fascists. It's not Antifa, it's just FA for fascists, and they use the symbol of the hammer and sickle, communism, in which hundreds of millions of people since the inception of that ideology have perished. Don't you think it's a little rich that these people think that people like yourself, who are pro-democracy, pro-free speech, are the fascists, when really they should be looking in the mirror?
Absolutely. If you look at what I did personally the last 12 years in politics, what I believe in, I don't have to explain to Canadians that I'm not a racist. Canadians know that, and I'm too busy to speak about our values. And these people, when they're fighting against our free speech at the PPC, they're not helping Canada. They're not helping our country.
Right. And Mr. Bernier, of course, the reason for this press conference, you're introducing a whole raft of new PPC candidates. I think the star candidate would be Salim Mansour, who it was suspected was going to be running as a Conservative candidate. The Conservatives, for no tangible reason, wouldn't let him run here in London. I'm wondering, what are your thoughts as to why this man who is a scholar, a columnist, a professor, a critic of radical Islam, as anyone should be, why do you think this is not Andrew Scheer's type of candidate?
Because, Andrew Scheer doesn't have any conviction. And, the Conservative Party of Canada said that maybe Salim, as a Muslim, he may be Islamophobic. It's crazy what they're saying. They don't want any discussion about immigration, and I don't understand. This Conservative Party, it is not the Conservative Party of Canada that I worked with in the past, and they don't have any conviction anymore, and they're like the Liberals. They don't want to have the real debates that we need to have in this country. So, but at the end, I'm very pleased that Salim is with us. Yes, as you just said, he is one of our star candidates, and he will help us to be able to speak with Canadians from different faiths, Christian, Muslim, because for us, these people are Canadians, and we have policies for all Canadians. So I'm very pleased that he's with us, and I don't understand why he is not politically correct for the Conservative Party of Canada as a candidate. It's crazy.
Well, Mr. Bernier, if I may be so bold, I think the unspoken reason here is that Mr. Scheer is terrified that his opponents and the mean girls in the mainstream media will look for specific quotes in his columns and try to paint Mr. Mansour as Islamophobic for calling out radical Islam, even though Mr. Mansour is Muslim. So I guess what I'm saying is that he's not the right kind of Muslim for Mr. Scheer.
I don't know who is the right kind of Muslim for Scheer, for the Conservative Party of Canada. For me, he's a great Canadian, and I'm proud to have him in our team.
Yeah. Well, maybe the right kind of Muslim is a man Mr. Scheer has posed with for photos, Omar Subadar, who supports Sharia law and thinks that you should be able to discipline your wife with a heavy stick. I mean, what's going on here, Mr. Bernier?
But I think Scheer is not the only one to be proud to have a photo with him. Justin Trudeau did the same thing also. So, you know, Canadian world, they understand these two traditional political parties, they're not defending our Canadian values anymore. And that's why we will have a great success in the next election. I can tell you that.
And Mr. Bernier, can you tell me what kind of feedback you're getting out there? I can tell you, I go to many conservative events. The feeling on the ground is that, yes, the main goal is to get the Trudeau Liberals out of office. And those who are still voting Conservative say, we are holding our nose, we are turning a blind eye. I guess what I'm getting at, hardly a rousing endorsement of Mr. Scheer and the current Conservatives. But with every announcement Mr. Scheer makes, it seems to be the straw that breaks the camel's back, and more people go, even holding my nose and diverting my eyes, I can't vote for this party anymore. Is this what you are hearing as well?
Absolutely. I was in Alberta for a week, and I was touring Alberta from the south of the province to the north of the province. And the big challenge that we have, people don't know the name of our party, but they know me as a leader. So the challenge is to be out there, and our party must be a little bit more well known. But when they have time to listen and to read our platform, people are on board. They know that we are the real alternative, the real principal alternative, and you know, we are the real Conservative Party for balancing the budget, for cutting foreign aid, for cutting also subsidies to businesses. So look at our platform and look at the Conservative platform. You'll see that, you know, they are not conservative anymore, and that's why in Alberta, where it's supposed to be a strong Conservative province, we will make a huge gain over there.
And one last question, Mr. Bernier, because I know you're very time pressed. I see by the newspaper from last night, Mr. Bernier is all about now getting the nutrition rules in Canada rewritten. Do you think there's going to be more emphasis on drinking dairy?
Yeah, no, you know, he wants to please the special interest group. He did that to win the leadership, pleasing the cartel in milk, dairy, and poultry. And now, because the cartel is not happy with our new food guide in Canada, he wants to change that just to please the cartel. He must work with Canadians, but doing that, it's pandering, and Canadians are fed up with that. I'm not surprised.
Hey folks, did you like this video? Then please like and subscribe and never miss another Rebel video.